Yo, it's good, Josh Bro Arrtz here, back with another video. You know what? We just gonna jump right into it. Episode 18. We gotta talk to the boys, the police. Let's do it. Where they at though? You know, usually when the cops come around, your boys stay hush. But nah, we gotta talk to them today. There was some police over there too, right? But there's one right here. Arrtz have been on the rise lately. Take care of yourself out there. Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions if that's all right with you. About Pokemon detainment. Is something wrong? We're actually looking for people who've been handling Pokemon detainment. That's not one of my assignments. My duties keep me here at the station. Then how can we get in touch with someone who has been assigned to Pokemon detainment? Why don't you try asking the two officers in the parking lot out back? I bet. Thank you, man. Your services have been greatly appreciated. Alright, just gotta be the guys right here. We've had so many Pokemon activity silent lately. Yep. Actually, that's exactly what I'd like to ask you about. Huh? Fancy that. About Pokemon detainment. Is Pokemon detainment one of your assigned duties? Yes, it is. Recently, it feels like detaining Pokemon is all I do. Frankly, that's supposed to be the PPB's responsibility. But they're such a new organization, they don't have enough personnel, leaving police officers like me to pick up their slack. That sounds pretty tough. I'm sure your department already has enough on their plate. Well, I wouldn't say that. The official story is that the PPB was formed to assist the police, keep us from spreading ourselves too thin, that sort of thing. But between you and me, Rhyme City's never given us more police work than we can handle. Interesting. So there's another reason it was really created. I think the PPB was established as part of the mayor's vision of the city. But, and this goes without saying, working with people and Pokemon are two different ball games. Yeah, people have their individual quirks, but at least we're all one species. Pokemon, on the other hand, exactly. There's an infinite number of variables we need to be able to respond to in any given situation. Sometimes it all feels way above my pay grade, but with the direction the mayor and the PPB are taking things, there's not much I could do. It's crazy. What about you over here? What you gotta say? If danger rears its head, you can trust the Rhyme City Police to protect and serve.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I'd just like to ask you a few questions if that's okay. Questions? For me? I'm happy to answer anything I can about Pokemon detainment. Is Pokemon detainment one of your assignments? Yes, it sure is. And we're being extra vigilant for the remainder of the Pokemon Friendship Week. Mayor Myers has been promoting it a lot lately. Yes, he has. Pokemon Friendship Week was created in response to the Arrtz incident 2 years ago. Okay. It represents our ideals of peaceful coexistence with Pokemon. As officers of the law, we work hard to protect that peace. Oh, I see. The police are lucky to have an officer like you. If anything happens, we'll be there in no time, so you can put your mind at ease. Thanks to the state-of-the-art surveillance cameras we've begun using, not a single incident slips by unrecorded. Are the cameras really all that special? They are. Our cameras have captured the incriminating moment in every recent incident. We gotta find those cameras, man. Really? Every last one? Are you sure that isn't just a coincidence? I'm sure those cameras are amazing, but that sounds too good to be true. We don't have a lot of surveillance cameras at our disposal, but the few we use are extremely effective. Interesting. Let's think. Begin to deduce, man. Let's think about whether there's anything strange about the PPB's activity. See, the PPB is staging incidents. There are only a few surveillance cameras in the city, yet every incident was caught on camera. No matter how you slice it, that's too convenient to be a coincidence. The PPB is too busy and rushing their investigations. A police officer said they've been busy lately because the number of Pokemon-related assignments have increased. They probably don't have enough personnel, so the investigators have gotten sloppy. Maybe. The PPB is overzealously detaining Pokemon to prevent future Arrtz incidents. Pokemon Friendship Week was established after the Arrtz incident. Maybe the PPB is overzealously detaining Pokemon because they're afraid of similar incidents happening again. Ooh. I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the camera, John. Let's go. Morpeko, Impidimp, Inteleon, and Pikachu? A lot of Pokemon have been detained in different places. Yet somehow, the few surveillance cameras in the city managed to film each one of them? Seems too good to be true. Not to mention the surveillance cameras caught the exact moment each crime was committed. Right. Seems a bit too convenient. Maybe the PPB staged the crimes and filmed them? That's definitely a possibility. Alright, so how are we gonna go about this, Tim? How? All this time I've just assumed there was another Pikachu, but now I'm having second thoughts. What do you mean? So many Pokemon have caused incidents have been detained in such a short time, and it seems that the incriminating detail for every one of these incidents have been captured on camera. Rather than finding a double for each and every one of these Pokemon, it would be much easier for them to use just one Pokemon capable of passing as any one of the others. If they had a Pokemon that could do that, yeah, if they had a Pokemon like that, it could explain how so many of these incidents occurred in a short time. So what we should be looking for is a Pokemon that could look like other Pokemon. Right, let's ask around more. Bro, it's the Ditto. Remember with the Pikachu scene in the files, bro? We put 2 and 2 together like 2 episodes ago. Even if the Pokemon Protection Bureau staged the incidents, the actual crimes have to have been committed by a Pokemon. All the partners of the detained Pokemon said the same thing. They're convinced that their Pokemon would never commit the crimes they've been accused of. I can only really think of one possible explanation. A different Pokemon than the ones that were detained committed all of the crimes. We've got to find a Pokemon that can make itself look like other Pokemon. Yeah, let's go ask some folks in the city. Do you know anything? What do you want to ask? Nope. Alright, they said in the city actually, so let's probably go back to the main road. Oh, you have an exclamation mark. Let's see. How could this happen? A Pokemon that could look like others. Can you think of any Pokemon able to make itself look like a different one? I know some Pokemon that look like flowers or trees or what have you. Is that what you mean? No, I mean the Pokemon responsible for this may have passed itself off as Inteleon. Oh dear. I've heard that somewhere in the city is a Pokemon that knows the move Transform, but I don't know any more details than that. Just that detail is very helpful. Thank you. Whatever this Pokemon is, it's somewhere in this city. Let's try to find it, Tim. Do we gotta start maybe looking through like all the Pokemon in the city? It's possible. I'm so lonely without Morpeko.
Excuse me?
Can you think of any Pokemon that's able to make stuff look like a different one? Huh? I don't understand the question. We think a different Pokemon may have passed itself off as Morpeko. Oh, is that true? That would mean Morpeko is innocent. But, well, I can't think of any Pokemon like that. Could you keep asking around? Maybe someone else will know. Oh, we found one. We found someone else. What have you gotten yourself into, Impidimp? Pokemon that looks like others. Can you think of any Pokemon able to make itself look like a different one? Yeah, I once met an old lady who had a Ditto for her partner. I'm pretty sure she even lived here on 2nd Avenue if memory serves. Really? Thanks very much. Let's keep asking around. Ooh. A lady with a Ditto. Yo, I'm about to start knocking on everyone. Oh, Ditto, dear.
Huh?
Did you hear something? Did you hear someone calling for something? Ditto, where can it be? Oh, I bet that's Ditto's partner. I think the voice is coming from back here. Let's go check. Let's do it. It's one of you ladies. It's not one of you ladies. It's you.
Excuse me?
Hello there. Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Sure, go right ahead. I've been so lonely. It's nice to have a distraction. What's troubling you? What's wrong? Well, you see, my dear Ditto went missing a while ago. So that was your verse we heard just now. Yes, I've been looking for it everywhere, but I just can't find it. I'm worried sick. I hope it shows up again soon. Thanks for trying to cheer me up. I really do miss my Ditto. Ditto loves to play by user transform. It turns into all sorts of things. But my little one isn't actually very good at user transform. it can only imitate what it sees with its own eyes. Okay. Sometimes it gets the shape a bit wrong, but that just makes it even cuter.
Aww.
That poor woman. She said Ditto's been missing for a while now, right? I know if it's a profile for what we've been searching for, but it could really have gotten tangled up in. But could it really have gotten tangled up in all these incidents? It's possible, yeah. Is there any way to be sure? Yes, I can ask Pikachu. Ask Pikachu? Oh, it's about time for my visit with him. So I'll discuss, talk with, let's just go see what he's doing. Are you sure? I could join in on this visit even though I'm not his partner? Yeah, it should be fine. Come on, let's go. That's right, she doesn't know that he could talk to Pikachu. Alright, we back out to the police station. Let me explain it. Bro, we go through this all the time, bro. We know, can I just see my boy? I want to see my boy. Then follow me. Thank you. Thank you, lady. Thank you.
Yes.
So this is the visitation room. I feel a little nervous in here. Oh yeah, it's your first time here. Wait. What is it, Tim? Oh, nothing. Could you actually wait a second for me, Rachel? Yes, what do I do? I've been keeping the fact that Pikachu and I can speak to each other a secret. What's Rachel gonna think when she sees me talking to him? If we're going to keep investigating together, I should just tell her the truth. Are you okay, Tim? You look like you're thinking awfully hard. Man's is about to come clean.
Rachel, there's something I want to tell you.
I love you, girl.
What is it? It sounds pretty serious.
I don't expect you to believe me, but the truth is, I can understand everything Pikachu says.
Oh, nah, man's done come clean. He came out the closet, y'all. Oh, nah, she about to cut him off. She was like, this mom crazy. I know it must be shocking to hear someone say a thing like that. If you don't believe me, I understand. Amazing. Huh? That's incredible, Tim. I'm so jealous that you can communicate with Pokemon. So when you said you've been solving cases with Pikachu, you really meant it, literally. How are you able to talk with him? Do you know how that happened? Honestly, I'm not sure myself. He's the only Pokemon I can understand too. Pikachu interprets for me when I'm speaking to other Pokemon. Wow, Pikachu's pretty clever. It must be your strong bond of trust with Pokemon that lets you understand him. But we were able to talk as soon as we met. Then maybe you just instinctually understood each other's feelings from the start? Yeah, maybe. But hey, you're pretty amazing yourself, you know? You've studied so much about Pokemon, and it's clear how much you care about them. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate you saying that. I've always felt this way. That I want to understand Pokemon better and have them understand me as well. Always, huh? Yeah, a Pokemon rescued me when I was just a little kid, you know?
Once, when I got lost in the forest in Bamboo Burrow, an Ursaring helped me out.
An Ursaring?
That's right. I was cold, lonely, and crying, but it stayed by my side and kept me safe.
That's crazy.
I know that Ursaring helped me because it could understand what I was feeling. And that's why I wholeheartedly believe that Pokemon and humans can understand each other's feelings. My mother, I learned that from her.
Understanding each other's feelings. That's really nice.
Aww. I remember that day so clearly. The Ursaring and I really connected back then, heart to heart. And when I told Mama and Papa about it, they said that humans and Pokemon were always meant to be that close. But Papa's changed. All this Pokemon management stuff is so unlike him, and what they've done, and when they've done nothing wrong. I understand how you feel, Rachel. Thanks, Tim. Alright, enough talking to you, bro. I need to talk to where my guy at, bro. Where Pikachu? Do you think Pikachu will get here soon? I may not be able to understand him, but it'll be relief just to see him safe and sound. Yeah, that's how I felt when I visited him yesterday. Here's Pikachu.
Hey.
I wonder if Tim's made any progress in his investigation. Hey, Tim, thanks for coming to see me. I'm glad to see you're okay, Pikachu. Oh, and Rachel's here too? Hey, Tim, are you sure this is okay? Letting her see us talk like this? About that, I actually just told Rachel our secret a minute ago. She knows that you and I could talk to each other. Wow, that's pretty bold of you. Did she even believe you? Yeah, she even said she was jealous. Well, that's a relief. Rachel's a bit of an odd one, isn't she? Either way, there's still an officer in this room, so we should keep it down. Yeah, I know. So anyway, let's get straight to the point. I've got something to report to you, Tim. I managed to get help from the other Pokemon entertainment rooms. Now, I can see into all sorts of different places inside the police station. Wow, that's fantastic. Good thing you figured out how to get along with them. We're not exactly best friends or anything like that, but I guess that's okay. There's something else I want to talk to you about. Too. Come on, let's pull out information. What you found? I found this photo of the incident occurring at Fountain Plaza. Check it out. It's a Pikachu. And I don't gotta tell you it's not me. That other Pikachu's the real culprit. But that's your hat in the picture. Yeah, somebody must have gotten it specifically to frame me. But it's obvious that it isn't me, right? Right, you've got stripes on your back. But the Pikachu in this photo doesn't have any. Exactly. And I'm curious about that one thing on his back. It's the same device that I've got on my back, right? Now too. I asked around the city yesterday about those devices. Based on the testimony I gathered, I'm pretty sure they're meant to keep Pokemon pacified. To keep them from going berserk, you mean? Hey. Were you able to track down the real culprit, the other Pikachu? No, we found some tracks, but they trailed off. I don't know where they went. Too bad. Sorry I haven't been able to prove your innocence yet. Hey, no need to apologize. I know you're trying your best. If you could find it, if you couldn't find it, you couldn't find it. What's important is what you do next. Yeah, and as for that double of yours, I think there's a high chance that a different Pokemon was impersonating you. You think so? Now there's an intriguing theory. By the way, Pikachu, what kinds of Pokemon are helping you in here? There's a lot of them, but the most helpful one is Luxray. He's a bit rough around the edges, but he can see through objects that use powerful electric type of moves. That vision thing sounds pretty handy, but if he knows strong electric type moves... Let me stop you right there. I don't think Luxray's the culprit at all. If he were, the PBB wouldn't have had any cause to arrest me in the first place. Yeah, good point. Oh, that reminds me. Luxray asked me to pass on a message to you. What is it? He wants you to know how his friend Mightyana's doing out there. The two of them got into a fight, and Luxray's worried about what happened in the aftermath. He says Mightyana usually hangs around 2nd Avenue. Got it. I'll keep an eye out for Mightyana and let you know how it's doing. Thanks, Tim. Hey. So any guesses about what Pokemon was pretending to be me? I have an idea, but I need to consider all the possibilities. Let's see.
Let's think.
Time to deduce. Hey, yo, it filled up OD. Which Pokemon committed the crimes? Let's think it over. Bro, it is obvious. There's no thought process that needs to be put into us, bro. We know the vibes. A Ditto, huh? Yeah, a Ditto could have made itself look like me. Ditto's partner said that Ditto can only copy things it can see. That probably explains why there was no stripes on the Pikachu's back in the photo. But I've looked in every detainment cell and I didn't see a Ditto in any of them. That's strange. If it was detained, it should be in one of the detainment cell. Guess I better search in the other rooms in the station. Let's get out of here, man. If the PPB and the police have been using Ditto, then they're definitely up to no good. So that's it. What is it, Tim? I saw Brad out and about several times while I was investigating. He seemed to be examining the scenes of the crime. A crime which already had a culprit. That's kind of suspicious. I really don't want to suspect Brad, but I can't help but wonder what he was up to. Yeah, Brad may be a bit of a jerk, but still, we've known him for 2 years now. I don't like having to think of him as a suspect, but you need to look into what he's been up to, Tim. But, Tim, you're a detective, aren't you? You're not trying to bring Brad down, you're only trying to uncover the truth. Yeah, you're right. And look into the Q-shaped devices too. I understand their function is to pacify Pokemon, but that alone doesn't explain everything. You're right. The Pikachu in the photo damaged that Slowpoke statue. The devices may have some other function as well. I think they just control Pokemon in general. That's what I think they're for. I wonder what Brad was doing at the crime scenes. I suppose you could just ask him, but if he was up to something shady, he might just give us the runaround. In that case, maybe we should ask the other police officers. Agreed. You might want to ask people in the city what they think of him too. So, about how those Q-shaped devices work. I keep losing my memory here in the police station, so I really don't know much about them. Try asking people in the city about them. I'm sure there are people who've seen those devices attached to Pokemon. Try hearing what they've got to say. Oh, I can still talk to Pikachu? Visiting time's over. I wish I had more time. Good luck with your investigation. You too, Pikachu. You too, Pikachu. Not this. They about to control him. What is it, Pikachu? It's just like yesterday, the feeling when I'm about to lose my memories. And my body's moving on its own. Pikachu. Yup, it's a control device. It's no use. Is Pikachu okay? He was walking kind of strange just now. He was like that after our first visit too. I'm worried about him. Detainment day 2. Tim, evening.
All right.
So there are 2 things we need to do. First, find Brad. Second, look into what those cube-shaped devices actually do. Is Brad the man we saw in the plaza? You know him, right? I hope you don't end up squaring off against each other because of this case. Yeah, that'd be pretty scary, but we don't know for sure yet that'll even happen. Let's just concentrate on uncovering the truth. Oh, and one more thing. If we see Mariana, we need to check and see how he's doing. Mariana? Yeah, Pikachu asked me to check on it. Apparently, it's friends with the Luxray in the station. Wow, you talked about all of that? It just sounded like Pika Pika to me. Yeah, that's normal. I'm pretty sure I'm the weird one here. Not weird, Tim. Exceptional. Thanks, Rachel. I'm glad I opened up to you. Detectives? Oh, sorry. I guess we should have keep talking here. No, that's fine. Were you talking about Brad just now? Yes, there's something we'd like to ask him about. Well, if you're looking for Brad, he just headed out to 2nd Avenue on new orders. Really? Thanks for letting us know. Okay, we're headed to 2nd Avenue, right? Let's go hear what Brad has to say. Alright, y'all, we're gonna call it an episode here. We gotta go find Brad. Brad may be a culprit and part of the suspiciousness going on here. So we're gonna have to find out. We're also gonna try to find out what's going on with Mariana, if they're okay. And yeah, we'll get into all of that next episode. But you guys know the vibes. If you enjoyed the episode and want to continue to see other fire Pokemon content in the channel, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.